I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try to keep bodies in front of him. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. The drive starts with a carry by Langford. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Now this defense for the Ravens, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Travis Kelce. 2nd to 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week, but they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at the 18. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Well, Jarius Sneed up to make the play defensively.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively. You could almost see him going through the coaching points. Adjust, find the football, knock it away. Well executed.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. They'll give to Kamara here on the option. On the move past the 40. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
Well, you got man coverage on the outside. And my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
4th down, here's Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. Kamara up the middle. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Jackson. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. He's got the 1st down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. We're finding out we might play makers and get the ball in their hands and maybe the offense will move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. The Chiefs are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. They fell in the opener, got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. On play action, they'll throw. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he goes out right around the 39.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. Now it's Jackson. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 33. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
To about the 35, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's a 2nd and 7. It's Kelsey on the ground. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now back to throw. It's caught. Here's Langford. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang at Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. And it's complete to Adams. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 39. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw again. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. He'll get it inside the 20 and all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
They'll look to throw again. Dumps it into the flat to Langford. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him.
And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Checks it underneath to Langford. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one a first down pickup of 8.
But it certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And that will be incomplete. ticks left here on the clock.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And that is no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
A good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. The give to Langford up the gun. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw here. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10. With that run, double check my math. Yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. 3rd down. We saw this a lot the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much shot
defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
The Ravens send their punter out now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They think they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
From the 5, 2nd and 4. Throwing is Jackson, finding Alvin Kamara for the completion, and in for the Ravens touchdown. Alvin Kamara, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Ravens take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. 2nd and 6. This complete to Langford. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot. Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Jackson. Then it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
He'll definitely say that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Chiefs are right back in this football game.
What a stand there defensively. They force the 3rd and goal, force them into what they think will be a passing situation, and then they make sure to lock up all the receivers and come away with the interception. Sounds simple, but that was really well done.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's 2nd and 8. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw. He hits Adams, complete. And they work this out past the 25. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Langford gets it running left. Oh, good move. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Adams, the man in motion right. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. It's caught here by Adams. And he will have a Chiefs first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Ravens will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup. Right, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Jackson. He's got a man complete. A gain of 37.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 97 yards rushing now for Kamara. It's a first down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw, eluding the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble. And now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield though. He didn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last lap by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jordan Poyer, and the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held him to 7. If we make one more play, could have had our shutout.
Well, they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Play action. It's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Only a short game there, but that's okay if you're the offense. They brought a lot of pressure at him, and he uses athleticism to at least get back to the line and make 2nd down a lot shorter than it was looking for a moment.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the 2nd half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a 2nd half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Ravens, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boy stocks on the rise, Charlie. This flex know they ready. See, we went on the ride nobody wave. We the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it. That's how you know we lit.